Hey everyone! Today I have a fun video, hopefully for you, and I'm gonna show you what's in this teeny tiny toony watercolor palette. How small is that? It's so tiny. So this was kindly gifted to me by a dear friend, thank you Jen, and I thought it's a really cool idea and I'm gonna test it out now with me when I'm traveling, of course. Gosh, I'm talking so much about this trip. And I did set it up a bit differently, kind of a new concept for me. So let's get into what I put in it and I'll show you how it looks also on the inside close up. I think it's a really great idea and it's very well made, it seems to me. We'll see how easy it is to use it. I do think actually because of the design of the pans, you can get a quite large brush in there. And I was also surprised about how much paint went in there. So it was more than I expected. And I think for the amount of traveling and painting that I will be doing, I think this is more than enough. So let's take a closer look. Okay, so here's this cute little palette up close to give you a size reference. This is a small, standard tin. This is the brilliance of it is that it's magnetic. So that's how small it is, and of course it's super thin. Now obviously you can put less paint here than you can here, but it is so portable. So this is the website. Sorry about all the so. And I think the great thing, I might have to like pick up some extra pans. So Jen that gave me this box, she also gave me a bunch of extra of these metal pans. What do they say? Fill your palette with 2 paints and allow them to dry overnight before use. To clean, remove pans and wash surfaces with a gentle soap. Condition the magnet with a light coat of vegetable oil. Visit Art Tool Kit for more tips and additional supplies, including pans in a variety of sizes. I think they also have pans. Sorry, I have here. Okay, I'll get to that. I think they also have pans that are half this size, which, who did I see? I think it was Jane Blundell or something. She had such a palette, someone I saw, and they used the half sizes for, those super intense colors like phthalo blue or something like that, which you only use very little of. I thought that was a great idea. So I might look into that if I see that I enjoy using this. What I really like about it is that you can really get a large brush here. So this is a 3/4 of an inch, as you can see, a Skoda Versatile flat brush, and it fits like really nicely, like without a problem. So I think while this is so tiny, it wouldn't be such a huge problem to use it for larger paintings. The way I decided to set it up is something that I've had in the back of my mind for a while now, and I really wanted to play with that idea and see where it takes me, which is to do my most granulating palette. So I went through all my stash and I kind of searched for all of my most granulating paints, and I have to say that I kind of knew this. The cobalts are a problem to formulate. That's what I'm thinking based on my experience using them. A lot of the paints that I have are full of binder to help the paint re-wet nicely, because a few of the ones that I've seen just turn to like rock once they dry, and you have to work really hard to get them re-wet, and also then you get very little payoff that happened to me with my Daniel Smith ones, and then with another one here, which of course I was too stupid to label. So, so this one here, it's one of the cobalt colors. Another thing that was a bit annoying are the M-Gram paints. I think M-Gram makes beautiful paint. I have just the cobalts, like I bought a set of cobalts, and so I don't know if this is, I'm guessing it's probably an issue that is most evident in the cobalt paints. This is so full of binder and it stays so sticky that I really think this is the kind of paint that would serve you best in a studio setting and not in these kind of things where it's really nice if the paint just dries completely. So, you know, if you stick your finger in it, you're somewhere outside, it's a little bit annoying to have kind of sticky paint in a travel palette, I think, especially something so small that you don't have a lot of, you know, you don't have a lot of extra space. I have this palette, which I like the layout of it, but it's just the plastic feels like so cheap, and just the whole way that it's built is, it really doesn't make me want to use it. It's all, you know, it's like rickety, I don't know, it looks so cheap that I just don't want to use it. But you know, something like this, if I squeezed here a nice layer, you can get a lot of paint here. If I squeezed here some of this more sticky paint, it wouldn't be such a big difference, because what are the chances that I'll stick my finger here? But this, you know, is so small that it's really annoying. So I would suggest to avoid sticky paints. Don't get me wrong, I think M-Gram paints are beautiful to paint with, but I wouldn't use them for a travel palette. And I've heard other people say that, so I know it's not just me. So this is kind of the, I really wanted to try and see how this kind of thing would work. You can see I didn't fit all the colors that I wanted. I have here some extra ones. And because it's so tiny, I think I will just take all of this in this cute little canvas bag that I got with the kit, and you know, just put them maybe in a little nylon bag so they don't, so I'm positive they don't stick around to anything, but I can easily switch them up if I want to. And I have here collection of a few brands. You know, Daniel Smith makes some amazing granulating paints. So yeah, I think this will be really fun to play with. And this is not the only palette that I'm taking. I'll probably be taking my Schmincke one, which I will share in a separate video. I don't want to show you what's inside. Watch the video for that because it looks so nice. This is like my bright palette, in case you didn't guess it already. I just want to show you, you know, how nicely the Daniel Smith and Schmincke paints, they dry so nicely. And then the M-Gram ones, I don't know, maybe I'll just remove those because it's too sticky for my preference. I think I will add also, these had some of the cobalt violets that were just so sticky and so annoying that I just emptied them. So I just want to show you actually how much paint you can get, and I know it's a big faux pas. This is not completely clean, there's a little bit purple on the bottom, but I'm gonna live on the wild side. And especially, you know, it's nice with the Daniel Smith colors, they do dry down to completely dry, they don't remain sticky. So I can fill this up quite generously and it won't be annoying to travel with. So you can see, hopefully, you can get a lot of paint into one of these. So I'm gonna let this dry. And of course, because the palette is magnetic, they all stick really nicely. So that's a great plus. So let me know if you have this, if you've traveled with it, if you enjoy it, if it's good, if it's bad. It always helps other people also to read more than just, you know, my opinion, especially since I haven't used it, but I wanted to share this with you because it's super cute. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. I wish you a great day. See you soon in another video. Bye.